Picking up where we left off on the G major chord to the C major chord change, the bass line starts on the 6th string at the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, down to the 5th string at the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the C major chord starts on the 5th string at the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, down to the 6th string at the 5th fret, 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third melody phrase starts on the 3rd beat of the C major chord. And that's the next chord change, the F sharp minor 7th flat 5. This phrase is identical to the second phrase, except it's 2 frets lower. And it starts under the A bass note. That is the 3rd beat of the C major chord change. That same fingering as the second phrase. The chord vamp under the G major is a stack of 4ths at the 4th fret on the 3rd and 4th strings. And the chord vamp under the C major is a stack of 4ths at the 2nd fret. So this F sharp minor 7th flat 5 bass line starts at the 2nd fret on the 6th string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, down to the 5th string at the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then into the B7 chord change, starts at the 2nd fret, still on the 5th string, down to the 6th string at the 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then into the E minor for the turnaround. So that entire bass line is the melody line is the 4th phrase starts under the G bass note coming out of the B7 chord change. So starting at the F sharp minor 7th flat 5, this is very similar to the 2nd and the 3rd phrases, except instead of starting on the same fret, it starts 1 fret off between the bass note and the melody note. Both of those notes are on the 3rd string. The F sharp at the 2nd fret on the 6th string on the bass note, with the D sharp on the 2nd string at the 4th fret. So now you let go of the bass note and jump immediately up here to the last melody note, which is on the 2nd string at the 8th fret, this G. And immediately hit the E note on the 5th string at the 7th fret. The chord vamp is throughout the F sharp minor 7th through the B7th is a stack of 4ths at the 2nd fret. So this turnarounds are, you can be very creative with. The way I'm playing this, it's 2 beats of E minor, 2 beats of A minor, then 1 beat of E minor. Coming out of the phrase, I'm just hitting the chord vamp right here on the 7th fret. Directly, I'm doing this all with 1 finger. And the trick is to try to hold the bass note on this E on the 5th string at the 7th fret while cutting off, making this chord vamp staccato. So you have to become accustomed to keeping the tip of the finger planted on this bass note and barring across the chord vamp and just slightly releasing the pressure. And the bass line walks into the A minor from a half step above it on the 6th string at the 6th fret down to the 5th fret for the A minor. And I'm hitting a melody note on the 2nd string at the 7th fret, that's an F sharp, hitting it simultaneously with a chord vamp that's being sustained instead of staccato. That chord vamp is at the 5th fret. And then back to the E minor for one beat, anticipating it by hitting the 5th of the E minor, which is on the 6th string at the 7th fret, that B note. And just hitting the E note open on the 6th string. So I'm hitting a melody note at the 2nd string at the 5th fret, that E, simultaneously with a chord vamp at the 4th fret. The entire turnaround is, and then the next 8 bars of the melody, as I mentioned earlier, the first 3 phrases of it are identical to the first 8 bars. So you already know that. The only part that is different is the very last phrase of the melody. And this is where it changes. So that melody note I'm hitting on the 2nd string at the 7th fret simultaneously with this G note, 3rd fret on the 6th string. That's the 5 fret span, so we're okay there. And hitting this melody note on the 1st string at the 5th fret. Down to the 3rd fret, 1st string, simultaneously moving the bass note down to the 2nd fret on the 6th string, then hitting the 2nd string at the 5th fret for the last melody note, and hitting the E open on the 6th string. So it's that chord vamp is a stacked fourth at the 4th fret, playing the A minor identically to the way we played it in the turnaround the first time, approaching the bass note from a half step above, 6th fret to the 5th fret, the same melody note and chord vamp on top as the first time. This time on the last E minor, we're approaching it the same way, from a 5th below it, which is on the 6th string of the 7th fret, this B note. We hit this voicing on the first E minor in the first turnaround. Now we're hitting it on the last E minor. So that's a melody note on the 2nd string, 8th fret, bass note on the 5th string, 7th fret, and barring across a chord vamp on the 7th fret. So we're hitting all 4 of these notes simultaneously. The entire turnaround is, and you are done with the A section.